Sukui, greetings. I am Tad Larkin, the lore master of Manda-LORE, and today I'll be digging through the archives to discover the secrets of the elusive Sorcerers of Rhand.
Only power is real, and the only real power is the power to destroy. Existence is fleeting. Destruction is eternal.
Tucked away deep in the heart of the unknown regions lies a group of 12 star clusters, cradled by the Paran Nebula and known as the Nile Retreat. From their capital on the terrestrial world of Rhand, a group of sorcerers rule and have ruled the star clusters absolutely for countless millennia, and millions of innocent beings suffer daily under their cruel, uncaring regime. When exactly this cult formed is unknown, however we do know that it formed from the convergence of several other death cults, including the Knell of Muspili from the Ganinga Gap, the Kanzer Exiles from the Vataulu Rift, and the Warriors of Shadow, an all-female group of Tong warrior exiles after their defeat at Notron, modern-day Coruscant, to the nations of Zel. Though they are force-sensitive and, in reality, draw off the power of the dark side, unlike other so-called dark side cults, the Sorcerers of Rhand don't believe in the dark side of the Force, nor the light side for that matter. In fact, they don't believe in the Force at all. The Sorcerers of Rhand believe in only one thing: the dark. The dark permeates the vastness of space. Only pockets of illumination provided by quadrillions of stars pierce the veil. However, even stars eventually burn out, leaving only the dark. Before the Big Bang that created the cosmos, there was the dark, and after the eventual heat death of the universe, the dark shall remain. Entropy, chaos, disorder, call it what you will, these incalculable forces of random suffering are known to the Rhandites as the Way of the Dark. It is their truth, their deliverance from the suffering of existence. In their minds, the best way to serve the dark is to cause destruction, and by doing so, in effect furthering the overall goal of the dark, which is the end of everything, they would be rewarded with immense power. One such power the Sorcerers of Rhand called Dark Sight, which, in theory, allowed the one bestowed with the power to see a multitude of possible outcomes for the future, and arrange them to that individual's liking. Sort of like Mace Windu's ability to see Shatterpoints, but taken a step further. The most famous member of the Sorcerers of Rhand, and one of the more prolific users of Darksight, was Coronal, a human male who was taken from his parents by the sorcerers at infancy and raised as one of their own. He eventually left Rhand and made his way to Dramont Kaas, where he joined the Prophets of the Dark Side, a dark side cult that was founded by Darth Millennial some less than 1,000 years prior. Being an offshoot of the Order of the Sith Lords, when Darth Sidious wrestled control of the Republic and claimed himself Emperor, Coronal with the other prophets were at his command. He became enamored by Sidious and marveled at his success, believing that because he had brought about the destruction of the Republic and the Jedi Order, that he had furthered the goal of the Dark and had been rewarded. But by not causing further destruction and instead serving his own selfish desires for power, the Dark would eventually cause his undoing. Relying on his Rhandite upbringing, he used Darksight to not only impress the Emperor with his predictions, but also manipulate events to gain him high station within the Galactic Empire, becoming the director of the Imperial Intelligence Bureau shortly after the execution of Armand Isard. Now Lord Blackhole, he assembled a personal army of Shadow Stormtroopers to carry out his commands, but as the years went on, he seemed to the Emperor to become more and more unstable, so he exiled him to the Outer Rim. This was in fact part of his plan, and after Palpatine's death at Endor, Coronel, now styling himself as Lord Shadowspawn, created his own cult based off of the core tenets of the Sorcerers of Rhand, setting himself up as a warlord at his stronghold on Mindor. A New Republic task force led by Luke Skywalker defeated Shadowspawn's forces at the Battle of Mindor, and he later finally killed the sorcerer on Andowil 10 years later. Much like his one-time idol Darth Sidious, Coronel, shifting his focus from serving the dark to serving his own selfish desires for power, was his own undoing, and the dark repaid him in kind. Even with the loss of one of the greatest of their order, the Sorcerers of Rhand continue on in the unknown regions, forever striving to serve the way of the dark. This ends my findings on the Sorcerers of Rhand. If you have any suggestions for future transmissions, don't be afraid to drop a comment. Special thanks to my patrons, Wildcat144, Zexent, JTrips1997, Wirefox Terrier, AJ Can't Think of a Good Pun Right Now, Sim the Despot, Matt Patton, Hawk2274, Cal Scarata, Angry Mutt, Chris Evans, Mayo4, Epileptic Zebra, and Yisnak Jr. If you'd like to support this channel and perhaps even commission your own video topic, please visit my Patreon to find out how. Link is in the description. In the meantime, keep your comm channels open for future transmissions, and don't forget to subscribe. Tad Larkin, out.